A major court decision just dropped. And depending on where you live, your concealed carry permit could feel unnecessary in one state and absolutely critical in another. If you're not tracking what's changing before 2026, you don't have to be reckless to end up in trouble. You just have to be unaware. Before we go further, if you care about staying informed and protecting your rights responsibly, make sure you're subscribed. The legal landscape is shifting fast, and most people only learn about changes after they've already made a mistake. Today we're breaking down 7 broad legal trends heading into 2026 that could impact gun owners, especially permit holders. No legal jargon overload, no fear tactics, just clear explanations in plain English. And one important note, this is general educational information, not legal advice. Laws vary by state. Always verify your local rules. Let's begin. 1. Permitless carry is expanding, but that doesn't mean permits don't matter. In recent years, many states have moved toward what's often called permitless carry. That means, in those states, certain individuals can legally carry without first obtaining a permit. At first glance, that sounds simple. If I don't need a permit anymore, why keep one? Here's the key issue. State lines matter. Your home state's rules do not automatically apply everywhere else. When you travel, you enter a different legal environment, and that's where confusion often begins. Some states recognize out-of-state permits. Some recognize only certain types. Some recognize none at all. Reciprocity agreements, the legal term for one state honoring another state's permit, can change, and sometimes those changes happen quickly. The bigger takeaway, even if a permit feels unnecessary at home, it may still serve an important legal function, especially for travel or documentation purposes. Smart habit: if you travel frequently, build the routine of checking current laws shortly before you go, not based on what was true 3 years ago. 2. Sensitive place. Laws are evolving. One of the fastest changing areas of firearm law involves what are commonly called sensitive places. These are locations where carrying may be restricted, even if someone holds a valid permit. Traditionally, that meant places like courthouses and certain government buildings. But in recent years, some states have expanded definitions to include certain public events, some government-controlled spaces, select venues, specific types of facilities. Court cases across the country are challenging how far those restrictions can go. As a result, some laws are being blocked, rewritten, or adjusted. That creates what feels like legal whiplash. A rule in effect today might look different next year. The important principle: a permit does not override every location-based restriction. So the real question isn't, do I have a permit? It's, is this location legally restricted? That mindset shift alone prevents many accidental violations. 3. Administrative issues can create legal risk. Most people imagine firearm charges involving dramatic situations. In reality, many cases stem from administrative problems: expired permits, missed renewal deadlines, address update requirements, processing delays. When laws change, administrative systems often change too. That can mean new documentation requirements, updated processes, or longer processing times. The safest approach is simple. Track your expiration dates. Renew early. Keep copies of documentation. Confirm address rules if you move. Treat it like your driver's license, but with even more care. Many legal problems begin not with bad intent, but with overlooked paperwork. 4. Traffic stop laws. Differ by state. One area that causes confusion is how firearm disclosure works during traffic stops. There is no single nationwide rule. Some states require immediate disclosure if you're carrying. Some require disclosure only if asked. Some do not require proactive disclosure at all. That means habits from your home state may not apply elsewhere. The safest universal behaviors remain consistent everywhere. Stay calm. Keep hands visible. Avoid sudden movements. Follow lawful instructions. If you travel, understanding that states' disclosure rules ahead of time reduces stress and prevents misunderstandings. Preparation reduces escalation. 5. Serialization and transfer rules. Continue to shift. Another evolving area involves how firearms are categorized, serialized, and transferred. Different states are taking different approaches regarding record-keeping private transfers, inherited firearms, certain components. Even if you only own commercially purchased firearms, changes in these areas can affect how items are bought, sold, moved, or inherited. The broader lesson: when moving to a new state or receiving firearms through inheritance, it's wise to confirm compliance under the new jurisdiction's rules. Assumptions are where legal risk grows. 6. School-related boundaries can be complex. School-related firearm laws can be more detailed than many people realize. Restrictions may apply not only inside buildings, but sometimes to surrounding property or events. Since schools are common community spaces, voting locations, sporting events, public meetings, people sometimes encounter these areas unintentionally. The key is awareness. If your routine frequently includes school property or school-hosted events, it's worth reviewing your state's current rules so you can make informed decisions. Again, knowledge, not fear, is the goal. 7. Permit suspension. Triggers may expand. Another trend involves what temporarily disqualifies someone from holding a permit. In some states, certain legal proceedings, even before final resolution, can affect permit status. This area varies widely between jurisdictions. The principle to remember is this: if you ever receive official legal paperwork referencing firearms or restrictions, pause and seek qualified legal guidance immediately. Assuming you're unaffected without verifying can create serious consequences. The bigger picture. Here's the simple truth. The risk in 2026 isn't that responsible people suddenly become irresponsible. The risk is that the legal landscape continues shifting while normal life continues moving forward. Most people assume, if I have a permit, I'm covered. But permits operate within a framework of location restrictions, administrative rules, state reciprocity agreements, court decisions, changing statutes. Staying informed isn't about paranoia, it's about prevention. What you can do right now. 3 practical, non-controversial habits. Keep documentation current. Verify rules before traveling. Review updates at least once per year. Those habits alone dramatically reduce accidental violations. Final thought: laws change. Court rulings reshape definitions. Legislatures adjust language. You don't need to memorize every statute, but you do need to understand that "I didn't know" rarely prevents legal consequences. If you stay informed, you stay prepared. If you ignore changes, you increase risk, even unintentionally. And once again, this is general educational information, not legal advice. Always consult a qualified attorney in your jurisdiction for specific guidance.